Hey guys, it's Kelly from Stampin' in the She Barn. Just thought I'd hop on here a little bit early. I'm going to give it a few minutes before we get going too much in here because I have lots of info to share. I think this is probably in the best lighted area right now. I'm hoping. So we will get started on talking about a few different things, and then I want to get into the 50% off buy one get one sweet sale that's going to be starting tomorrow. And I've got some information for you on how to get the best, or hopefully get the best deal you can on the sweet sale. So I'll give you some tips on that, on what might save you a little bit of money, because I'm always up for trying to save a little bit of money when I order my stamp stuff. So hopefully we'll be able to share some of that with you also. If you are on here, please feel free to drop me a comment so that I know somebody's here. I know I'm a little bit early for my Make a Card Monday. Typically, I started at 4 o'clock, but because I've got some of this business info stuff I wanted to about the sale to share with you before I got creating, I wanted to make sure that I would do that. Awesome, Chris and Lynn, you guys made it. How's your guys' day going? It is kind of a roasty, toasty one here today. I got some breeze going that makes it feel better, but I have a grandson, well, actually two grandsons that play on the same softball team. They have two games tonight, 6:15 and 7:15 down in Blaine. And when I get done with this, I'm going to check the radar because it sounded like we may have thunderstorms coming in between 6 and 7. So I don't want to get all the way down there and then not even be able to see the games. So we will see how that goes when I'm all done. Get a little swallow of water while I'm at it. All right, how are we doing on time here? I got 3:47. I am going to go ahead and get started. So I want to talk a little bit about, a lot about probably this 50% off all sweets and sweet products, but there's a couple other things I wanted to share with you. Tomorrow, this starts tomorrow. Actually, it starts tonight at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, midnight Mountain Time. Oh my goodness, I really should have got some caffeine today. I am yawning, Lynn. Goodness sakes. Okay, let's see. So, on top of this starting tomorrow, we're going to have 2 new kits coming out tomorrow. And we have a last chance list update. They update on the even numbered months. And when I say update, it actually, if things get sold out as it goes, it's being updated. But if there's anything new that's going to be added, it is going to go on there. Here I go again. Goodness sakes. I think I did this a few weeks back. It's going to go on even months. So since we don't have any catalogs that are ending, it's basically going to be things that you would find on the online exclusives. It could be kits, but it could be stamp sets, it could be dies, it could be embellishments. So check out the online, or check out the last chance list on that. Let's see. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to get me a Diet Dr. Pepper. I think that's got some caffeine. I'll be right back. I got to stop these yawns. Okay, that's better. Now let's just get a couple gulps in here and it might help me out. I was up last night until I think it was 1:45 or so. I've been watching that crazy show called Suits, and I just gets into one thing after another, and I end up being up all the time. I knew I'm going to get everybody yawning. Okay, put that Diet Dr. Pepper aside. let's talk about this sweet deal. So Stampin' Up! Has never done this before that I am aware of. I've been with them for over 22 years. I know, Lynn, you've been there longer than I have, and you didn't remember them doing this either before. I think we've done bundles, but I don't think we ever did suites. So there are 27 suites that you can choose from. And when we talk about a suite, let me just open up my catalog, and I'm just going to share a suite with you. And then you can see, whoops, not that one, this one. Okay, so you can see there'll be something that says Suite Collection. And when there's a number like this for a suite, that means that number is going to get you every single thing in the suite. So for instance, this suite has got 2 bundles. This bundle called Pretty Floral, this bundle called Sweet Blooms, and then there's a designer series paper and an embellishment. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. And an embellishment that goes with it. So the price of the suite right here, it's not a better price than if you took and ordered each of these things individually. Bundles it would, because bundles get 10% off. So you would want to order a bundle number versus ordering the individual. Let me pop this over here. So here would be a stamp set and dies, and they're priced separately. Stamp set and dies priced separately, where if you get them in a bundle, you save 10%. So you can order each of these items individually. Now, as we go through, here's another one of the suites. This one's called Turtle Y Cute. Turtly Cute is how I was saying it. But there's your suite number on that. Okay. Oh, hi Julie, you made it. Good. I was a little bit early today. So on these suites, the very best deal that you can get is to buy a suite and a second suite. So let's say this, I'm going to use numbers that aren't this because my math brain's not working. I'm going to keep it easy. So let's say you buy a suite. It's $100. Your second suite, let's say that one is $50. You get the cheaper or less expensive of the two at half price. So you'd pay $125 to get the 2 suites. Now, if an item is not available in a suite, so let's just say this turtle suite. Let's say for some reason this embossing folder is not available, currently unavailable. You cannot use the suite number because it's going to tell you it's currently unavailable. You can order it, but you'd have to order the bundle, the embellishments, the ribbon, and the paper all separate. When that happens, let's just say this is what you wanted. You order your bundle, and let's see, that price would be, so your bundle is going to be $43. And now you want to order your designer series paper, your embellishments, and your ribbon. So the next thing that would come in would be your designer series paper right here at $12.50. You would get that item. Well, I'm not going to say you'd get that item for half price, because if you added this, this, and this, your least expensive one, which would be, let's see, the ribbon is $8.50, the hexagons are $8. You would get your hexagons at half price. So let's be a little bit wiser with our money. This is me talking because I try to be very careful with that. That's how that would work out if that's all you were going to get. But if you get suite and suite, that's your best deal. Then the next best deal would be if you get a bundle and a bundle. Now, they don't all have to be in the same suite. So let's say you decide to get the Totally Awesome bundle here, and then you go into the beautiful gallery and you pick this bundle. Okay, so let's see. This Gallery Blooms, move that in. Gallery Blooms bundle is $53. The Turtley awesome bundle is $43. So you'd pay full price at the $53 and you'd get half off on the $43. Now, if you added any more items to your order, remember, they're going to take the lowest price one and give you the half price on that. So here's what I recommend to get your very best deal. Sweet and sweet. If you can't get sweet and sweet, which you should be able to, I pulled up the inventory list today, and there's only one item on that inventory list. Let me just grab it and make sure I tell you the right one. So the only one out of all of these that is in a suite that's not available is called Everyday Arches. So that suite is not, if you put that suite number in, you're not going to be able to get it because that item is currently unavailable. As of today, all of the rest of the items on here, with the exception of Antique Pearls, I don't remember what that is in, but all of the other suites, you should be able to order a suite for a suite. Okay. Now, let's say you don't want the whole suite, but you want some bundles. So my recommendation, your next best deal is bundles and bundles. And I would put that on one order. If you want to get some designer series paper, remember, it's going to be the least expensive one. So let's say you didn't want the suites, you went for the bundles, put that on an order and close out that order. Then go into trying to find things that are the same price. So maybe there's 4 different designer series papers you want that's in a suite. That would be perfect. You're going to get one half price. Get one half price. Hopefully you're understanding the picture I'm trying to share with you on this, because really I would be very disappointed. Oh, and let me tell you this. When you put these in your cart and go to checkout when you're all done, that's when you're going to see what it's going to do and what's coming off at the half price item. That's when that calculation happens. Okay, had to have a little more Dr. Pepper. Okay, so I'm just going to let me just quick share with you the bundles that are in the annual catalog. Okay, so, or yeah, the suites, I mean, not the bundles. So here, goodness sakes, my finger won't get under there. So here's another suite called the Beautiful Gallery. And you can see in this suite, they've got 2 stamp sets and 2 dies. They've got an embossing folder, embellishments, a ribbon, and designer series paper. And then we have another suite, and I know I'm going to smear this Kintsugi. I don't know if that, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right, but that's another suite, and that has 1 bundle, embellishment, an embossing folder, and designer series paper. And then we also have the Boho Vibes suite, and in that suite you have a bundle, dies and stamp set, embellishments, and designer series paper. And then we have 1 more bundle. Well, actually, we have 1 more bundle, but it's actually this way. I think I gave you a little sneak peek at it earlier. Florals in Bloom. So this bundle, or this suite, has 2 bundles, 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, embellishments, and designer series paper. And I have been using a lot of this and been sharing a lot of samples with you on it. So those are the ones that are in the annual catalog. Now, I don't know if you were on when I started, but there are 27 bundles in the suites. I got to stop saying bundles. Suites in this sale. So I pulled up a little online exclusive, because the ones that are not in that catalog, you will only be able to see them in online exclusives. And they carried over from other catalogs that are no longer available. It was either last year's annual catalog, or it could be a mini catalog, or it could have been an online exclusive that was there. Some of these suites have gone to the last chance list. since I'm talking last chance, remember anything that's in this sale, it is while supplies last. Okay, so here's another suite. Here's the mixed media florals. So you get stamp set and dies, designer series paper. You get an embossing folder, and you get embellishments for that. So there's another one. You can see this on online exclusives. Here's another one. This is the one that had the arches that are currently not available. Now, I don't know if you caught that, but they are due in to Stampin' Up! As of right now, the week of June 9th. I will tell you pretty much everything that was in this line, any of the orange things are dies or punches. So that would typically be tied to a bundle. But remember, I don't think I said this, there are bundles that are not in suites. If it's not in a suite, it is not on the sale. It has to be in a suite for it to be on the sale. Okay, so they're saying that these things are due in, so specifically for the sale, Everyday Arches is due in on June 9th. Now, this was due in on June 2nd last week, but shipping didn't get to them, so things got bumped out to June 9th. Now, this sale goes through the end of June, so there's still chances for this to happen, but there's also chances that if a lot of people, and I really think a lot of people are going to hop on this suite sale because it's a good deal, if they hop on, then maybe they're going to run out of dies in a set, or maybe they'll run out of an embossing folder, or even an embellishment or designer series paper. You never know. So my recommendation to you, if there's something you really want to get in on this sale, hop on it right away, tomorrow, tonight, whatever. I wouldn't give it too long just to make sure we have it in stock. Okay. So that's another suite. Then we have another suite here called Botanical Texture Suite. And that one has a stamp set and dies. And I want to tell you guys, this set of dies I use a lot. They're perfect dies for doing layers onto cards. You can even see on here, they layered cutout dies right behind there so you can see sizes. But I'll tell you another thing I'm notorious for doing with these dies. Let's say I'm doing a card. Here, let me grab a card here. Let's say I'm doing this card. And my whole front of my card has a layer on it. And then a layer goes on top of that. I would cut out one of these dies on that medium or the second layer. Nobody's going to see it because it's going to get covered up, but then I can use these for additional cards. So just know that I love these dies for that factor. Okay, back to it. Stamp set and dies, designer series paper, an embossing folder, embellishments, and ribbon. That is everything that is in this suite. So again, you may find that one item is missing, then you got to do individual. Suite for suite is your best deal. Okay. Then we have another suite called Lovely Garden Suite. And this suite has a stamp set dies and masks. And I actually have this one, and I was looking the other day. I did not order the designer series paper for it, and I was looking for it for a project. So that has stamp set dies and the mask. That is what is in the bundle. So it's not just stamps and dies. It has the masks too for $64.75. Designer series paper, embellishments, and ribbon. So that's another one of them. Here's another suite that's in there. And you guys, I have to apologize if I keep saying bundle instead of suite. Please just ignore my goofiness in that one. I'm so used to saying bundles. Okay, so here's another suite, On the Go Suite Collection. This one has stamp set dies, embellishments, twine. This one actually has suitcase treat boxes in it and designer series paper. So that's an online exclusive. That's it for the ones that came out in March. And then we have another one that came out in November. And this one has the Marbled Elegance Suite. So that has bundle, stamp set and dies. It has little gift bags that go with it. Has gold adhesive back sequins and twisted gold thread. So that whole suite is still available. Let's see. Oh, and then also in November, we had the super cute, utterly amazing bundle come out. The suite, and it had stamp set. I want to look at one thing here in my drawer. Yep. So this is basically on the last chance list. So you have the otters with the dies. You have the designer series paper. Now, I think, if I remember right, this utterly adorable paper did carry over. Maybe in the new catalog, but I know I have it in a different tote than what was last chance list. So you may want to check that out. I want to tell you one thing about when these go to last chance list. It could very well be that these utterly amazing dies might be discounted, and or the stamp set, or really any of the items that are in here. I know I checked these two things out the other day and they were not on last chance list. So I'm thinking it has to do with the stamp set and dies. Check out your math. If you look at a bundle that is $50, and well, let's see, this bundle will be $45.75. But if you ordered these separate, if it happened to have a discount, it could be less than $45.75, and you would want to order those separately to get your better deal. Just keep that in mind as you're looking at things. So that's another one. And then we have the new ones that came out just in May. We have the Celebratory Sips Suite. You can see that's got dies, embellishment, ribbon, embossing folders, and the stamps and the designer series paper. And then we have the Floral Impressions Suite Collection. That one has some gold framed labels. It has the dies and the stamp set, so it'll have a bundle price, which is probably over here. Yep, bundle price. And then there's some embellishments that go with it and an embossing folder. So there, and I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it for the suites that I have that I can remember. Let me see. I made a list of them somewhere in this room. But the majority... Oh, yeah, here we go. Here are the suites that are in there. And you can see some are in the annual catalog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were in annual catalog. But all the rest of these are... Oh, Floral Delight. I didn't have that one. Wildflower Birthdays. Storybook Moments. Beautiful. Oh, I'm going to do it again, Lynn. Bokeh. I remembered. Beautiful Bouquet, Country Woods, Unbound Beauty, Thoughtful Journey, Full of Life, Mediterranean Blooms, Wildly Flowering, Lily Pond Lane, Take to the Sky, and To the Market. I think that Take to the Sky and Lily Pond Lane are both in... I don't think they're online exclusives. I think they went to last chance list, these two. So there are a ton of them, but you really need to see them online to see all of the suites. Okay, so I talked about how to try and get some of your best deals when looking at ordering for the suite sale. Let me I just want to look at a sheet here. There was some questions and answer things, and I'm just going to plain read this to you so that I don't miss anything. All available suite products from 2025-26 annual catalog, online exclusives, and those ones that are in the last chance list are buy one, get one 50% off. When you shop the sale, the 50% off discount will apply to the lower priced item. For example, if you buy a suite collection and a stamp set from a suite, the suite would be full price and then the stamp set would be 50% off. Suite collections are available if all items are in stock. You do not have to buy a suite and suite products all from the same suite collection for the discount to apply. You can buy any suite products from any suite. Your discount is going to appear in your cart once you've added 2 items with the sale parameter to your cart. Products are available only while supplies last. And there will be a link tomorrow when you go on for the sale, and it can take you to the online store with all the suites showing. And in the suites, there'll be pictures of all of the items, and then you can click on those, and it can bring you to the individual items too if you want to look at them. Let's see. A question was, if my customers have questions as they shop, don't worry about it. We've got them covered. We will have a little blurb at the top of the product suite page, and if they're unsure whether an item qualifies, they can simply click on the suite to see what's included. Kind of what I just said there. What if something sells out? Sadly, it's while supplies last. Are last chance products on the list? Yes, they are. And let's see. We'd have it no other way. Go ahead and apply this discount to items on our last chance list following promotion details, of course. You do earn rewards on any of your orders. Remember, anything over $20, you're going to get 10% back in rewards to be used for a future order. So let's say that, you do a bundle and a bundle, you're going to get those rewards. And then you go back in and you want to order those designer series paper. Now, keep in mind, I don't think it happens instantaneous. I know it took me, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so when I did an order one time before that order went through and was showing everything. It did tell me what I would earn for rewards, but it took me a little bit for those rewards to pop into my rewards. So keep in mind, if you do that one order, you can turn around and use those rewards for your next order. So that might help you. Let's see. And yes, of course, you can use Stampin' rewards on any of the sales. And don't forget, if you order through me, I have those punch cards. So for every $30 you order before shipping, handling, and tax, you earn a punch on your punch card. So you may be able to, get a punch card filled up rather quickly if you're buying the suites especially. Which brought me to one other thing I just thought of, and what was it? Oh, I forgot to tell you about the month-by-month album. So on the 28th of March, Stampin' Up! Just came out with a month-by-month album for scrapbooking. And if you purchase that album, you get invited to what they call a virtual retreat. So the retreat is July 16th through the 18th. It's from 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. each day. And you're going to be, you can create and put your albums together right along with them. You'll be able to learn some new techniques. They'll give you lots of different ideas. If you are unable to watch that retreat on the 16th through the 18th, I didn't read it, but I would say I'm 99.9% sure you will be able to continue to see that. Usually whenever they do a retreat thing, a virtual thing for us, we can usually see it for up to a month or 2 months later even. So just know that that's another thing that's an online special going on. Okay. I think I am done with all that. If you guys have questions on any of it, feel free to call me, email me, text me. You can pop them in the comments. Hopefully I would be seeing it while I'm doing some other things with you, but I may not. But I do go back and I look at those comments. So just know, you can try and pop them in there, but by all means, call me, text me, email me, and we can figure out answers to your questions. Okay, done with that. Let's get on to looking at some swaps. So this swap is in the online exclusives. It's called Hugs and Healing. And this swap was done by Carmen McNamara. And this is her card. Cute little puppy dog on there. Hope you feel better soon. I'm sorry you're feeling rough. What a cute card. So that's the only one that I got for the Hugs and Healing, but super cute card. A little side note there while I'm putting this back. We had to bring Molly in today. She had to get some lab works done because she's going to be going in next week for a teeth cleaning, and I don't know, she's got a little growth on her back hip area by her leg, and they're saying that they think it's like a fatty tissue, but they said, you know, being that you have her sedated, that would be a good time if you want to have it removed. We could have it removed at that point, but I don't think we're going to do it, but we'll see what they say. Okay, this one is Paper Tags Bundle, online exclusive, came out in May. For the bundle is $46.75. This was done by Kelly Burkhart. And this is her super cute card. Look at that embossing folder again. We've seen lots with that. This little tag deal here. Let me see if I did a printout. I did do a printout, I think, of this. Yep, I did. So let me show you what's in that one. So Paper Tags Bundle. They've got different little tag shapes and then a stamp set. And oh, I cannot read them. That's just not big enough for me to read. But this one, may your day be filled with sunshine and laughter. So there's a nice card with that. This is the basic beige cardstock. This is the Secret Sea in colors. That looks like the cloud cover. So that is that one. I only got one of those. So let me just tuck that one aside. Let's see if that little rough one was on here. Oh, yep, there it is. So Hugs and Healing. It's got a little, it's probably hard to see that. Not sure if you can, but there's another little puppy with a blanket on it and a little kitty on there. And again, I can't read the sayings on there, just too light when I printed this out. So there's that one. We have another one that is Party Piggy Bundle. And this one for the bundle is $38.50. These little circle things here are to go in the belly of this little pig. Let's see if you can see it on that picture. Can you see? There's some little sequins in there. That's the little piggy pop-out bellies in there. And they've got this loose shaker elements in it. So I only got one of those, and this is from Sue Nurenberger. And this is the cute little piggy one. Let's see. Oh, yes, it opens both ways. So we got this little flapper here, the little piggy, and then we open up again to Let's Party. Super cute little card there. And then, let's see. I have one more, and this one is called Sentimental Framing. So that is this one right here. Again, I apologize. I can't read those today. It's not very good printing today from my printer. But this one is a bundle and has frames, and then they have little texture around the frames of these. And I can show you on this one. You can see these little dots that are popped out. So each of those frames have a little texture. This one says, there are no words to fill the void, but know that I am here. And you can see in here, that's the designer series paper. I think that is in that first suite. Let's see if we can find it here. Might be in this suite. If not, it's in the suite that's in the new catalog. And then Thinking of You, and this was done by Holly Sutton. So there we go. those are all the samples that I have to share with you. Let me quick pop this back in these plastics. And then I'm going to share with you, do you remember at the end of last week's video, I had that brilliant idea to do the peaceful view, and I had done that window sheet so that you could see through if you're doing some designer series paper and see what it would look like. So let me quickly share some of those with you. So this is the Peaceful View stamp set. And if you remember, so here is the stamp. And when you stamp, you can't see through this image at all to see what's behind it. So if you want to do a window thing or you want to do a scenery sheet, I'm just going to set this here for now. You want to do a scenery, you can't see what's going to show through on the scenery. So that's when I decided to stamp on a window sheet. So now you can see, this is going to stick to that. I guess that's not that big a deal. But now you can see through here what you're going to see when you're looking at a, oh goodness sakes. I have no idea who it is, but we're going to hang that up. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting to mute my phone. Okay, so let's say we have this designer series paper. This is from Everyday Skies, and now I can turn around. Let's get this off of that stamp. Now I can turn around and I can see what's going to show through there. Is that what I want to see on my card? Do I want to see this? Do I want to see a little more blue sky on there? You know, you can maneuver this around however you want, but now you can see exactly what you're looking for. So this was, I just stamped this on what the image would look like, and not that you couldn't easily stamp this and turn around and use your blending brushes in there to get a beautiful picture. Matter of fact, do I have that card? I did get a card that they did take the blending brushes and they used the in colors and just went through and made stripes of the in colors. So there was like the Secret Sea down here. They had the cloud cover in here. Strawberry Slush was in there. So that's a pink. And then we had the Timid Tiger, which is orange, and we had the Darling Duckling, which was a yellow, and that would make a beautiful card too. But let me get back to some samples I did. I'm going to put this on here so things don't stick to it, and I will share what I've done so far. So this is actually a card that my hostess club or my card club is going to make on Saturday. And I use the Stamparatus, and I don't remember if I shared this with you last week, but see how I got a double image on there? Oh, I know. I shared this with my demo gals. So in my Stamparatus, when I stuck it down, I had just one dot of adhesive here holding it in place. If you do that and use your Stamparatus, which Stampin' Up! No longer sells, but it's a positioning tool, I would recommend putting 3 dots of adhesive when you do it, because when you bring that over and stamp, it's going to want to pick back up when you flip your stamp back over. So you want to make sure this piece does not move so that it keeps lining up. I still think it's just fine with it. But again, that's how I kind of determined where my card layout was going to be, where my designer series paper is on my Stamparatus, by doing that. Okay, so that's one. Here's another one, and this is done with that cloud cover. Look at how beautiful this looks, just stamped on top of some designer series paper. I mean, to me, it's beautiful. There's some beautiful scenery ones. Here's another one of those cloud ones. Let me take this out. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. I did pop that up, and I used those textured note dies I was telling you about. So I cut out a frame saving that other piece for something else. And then I wanted to keep the balmy blue. Here's my piece that I cut out. I wanted to keep the balmy blue, and then I just cut the next rectangle out and added it right into the center. So it makes the card look beautiful inside and out. So there's that night sky one. This one was from, I think it was Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. So here's another one. And then this, there's your die, that textured die that I popped up and cut out and just gave it another little dimension to it. And I really did get this idea from one of the swaps I got. This was the Arches one, and that was Leslie Baumgartner. It's the only one I got using this stamp set. So I just wanted to share that with you, but that's how I got my idea to be able to use these dies and pop them up. So again, beautiful scenery, kind of a little, I don't know if that'd be a sunset or a sunrise. I don't know, but it's pretty. And then I did one more, and I liked her idea of the arches, so I did arches also. Let me just show you what window sheet. The best place I wanted for getting the scenery in there. I mean, look at, you couldn't do that because that's your stamp, but it worked really well for me. So I wanted to share that little tip with you guys and some samples that I did. And again, that was with the, hopefully you guys hung with me and it came back. I lost the internet for a little bit there. I'm back. Hopefully it won't do it again, but I lost internet for a little bit, and it is starting to look like it's getting a little bit darker out there, but who knows? Okay, so this is a card that I made at my stamp camp. So this card basically opens like this and like this. So we have Garden Green for our card base. We've got some basic white, and then our Designer Series paper is, let's see, where's my sheet with my Designer Series paper on it? It is Impressions Abloom Bundle, Floral Impressions Designer Series paper, and then we've got the little tiny bee trinket. Good. Hopefully I'm back. Everybody's good. Hopefully you didn't miss much. Okay, so I have one of these cards done already. Now, if you notice on here, I changed it up a little bit. So inside here, this little green part here was the back side of this paper, and I laid it down, and I had one extra strip in here, so I flipped it back over to just give it a little more contrast. And then on here, I used the back side of this to put around the outside of this. So these will be a couple cards that I'll give away next week. But let me share where I seen the idea for this card. It was from Lisa's Stamp Studio, and this is one of the cards she made. And then I just created it with my own that I wanted. And I had a little bit difference in some of the scoring that I did for measurements. So that's where I got my card idea from. But let's go ahead today then and make this card. So here's my card base. And let's see, it is a 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it is scored at 4 1/4. So that's going to be this one. That different edge looks good on that, didn't it, Lynn? I agree. Then our flap on the other side is a 3 3/4 by 4 1/4 and scored at 1/2 inch. And then my card inside is 4 by 5 1/4, so that's going to end up in there. And then I have my front piece here. let's see, my front piece is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that's what's gonna go on this flap here. And then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper that is a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. That's what's going to go on the inside here. Then I have a 3 inch by 4 inch piece, and that is what goes here. And we may turn around and flip this one around this way just because it seemed to make this pop out and not take away too much from there. And then the piece that goes on this flap is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to adhere this 2 3/4 by 5 1/4 piece right on here. So let me get that. I should take that off there in case my stamp runner gets a little crazy on me. Nothing about, you know, the person handling it would have done that. Might just be crazy stamp runner. Okay, I'm just going to center this on this piece. Super easy. Okay, then we are going to take and we're going to put this piece on here. And when you put this on, you're going to tape on the back side of this, or glue, however you want to adhere it on there. I want to make sure it gets all to the edge there as best I can. And then I'm going to turn it this way because it worked best for me. I'm going to hold this flap down, and I want to center this on this center panel as best I can, and I want it to go all the way to the edge but not overlap the edge. Okay, so we got it on there, and then we just want to burnish our adhesive there. I see I keep forgetting to put my rings back on. My hands were itching last night and I took them off and haven't put them back on. Okay, I think we can, so let's go back to this. So the reason you put this on first is because you want your white piece to go over and hide that edge. Now, if you mess up and you forget to do that, don't worry. You could, it happened. They put it on the back here. You really don't see it unless you look at the back of that card. So no big deal. Nobody's going to know any different other than you and me and anybody else that might be watching this video going, oh, she did it wrong. There's no wrong nothing to cards. Okay, now we're going to put this piece. We're going to put this piece on here. Oh, you guys, I have to share with you something that I never realized last week. When I was doing the video, I set my my glue dots down off to the side, and they were open like this where all the glue dots are. And I didn't even realize that it was in my catalog. When I flipped my catalog over, my page got glued together. Oh my gosh, I've been trying to rub those glue dots off of there for almost a week now. I think I got them off, although you probably might have noticed I had a little bit of one still sticking to my one page. I'm going to see if I got my little silicone mat here. I do. I have a silicone mat that I'm just going to set down because the tape will not adhere to this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put my little sunflowers on the outside, and we're just gonna, I gotta make sure my corners are down. We're just gonna line this right up. Now you could leave a little white there, which let's try a little white there, and we'll be able to see if we like it or don't like it. And then when you decide to make a card similar to this, you can decide if you like it or don't like it. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to take and adhere this down, but we're going to go this way with it. It's really hard for me to cover up a printed paper like this, so really struggling a little bit here. But after I seen that last one, I think I kind of like it. Okay, there we go. So that's that so far. Whoops, this is going to come over this way. And then we are using the Impressions Abloom, and I stamped the thanks in Early Espresso and the so very much in Garden Green. And then I already did this just for time on the video. I stamped, let me get this out of the way. I stamped the little daisy stamp. The solid part is in Darling Duckling, and the brown is in Early Espresso. And you know what? I thought I was thinking I had a little centerpiece for this in a brown, but I don't see it here. And then I stamped my inside with the Darling Duckling. And I do want to pop this up. So I am going to put a little dimensional on there. And then I'm going to put this, and I think I'm going to put this up in the corner here. Similar to this one. I kind of moved it up and over. And then one of the cards I did in the center with the leaves. And I was thinking I had one more card here. I did. This actually was one of my gals that was at the stamp camp, Laura's sister. She accidentally put hers in the middle when I had the sayings down here. And then she did the thanks and the so very much, which is what gave me the idea to make one of these and share her layout with you, because I think it goes really nice this way too. So Sue, she did not mess up. She did it her way, and I love her way. So there's that one. Okay, so now we need to just put our little leaves in here. So I'm going to come back here again to my little silicone mat. Put a little adhesive on there. And then just set them in there wherever you want them to be. I think I'll do one more here. And I think I got some extra leaves because I just did 3 on there. And I kind of like the 2. So let's see. Do I want to add another or do I not? No, you know what? This one I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to put just the 2 on there. And then we'll adhere this down. I'm just going to center that on here. There we go. And since I have some extra leaves, let's put these leaves on the inside. Now, if we do this and see here and here, we could see leaves. Not sure that I want to see that in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to do kind of like falling leaves, a little bit of random, kind of like what the designer series paper looks like. But I want to leave room for writing, so I think I'll just put them little different angles, and I'll leave them all off to this left side. And then we should be done with our card. Let's see. Do I want it? I want to go this way with it. Okay, so there is the inside of our card. Here's the outside. Now we just need to add our little bee to it. So let me get this little bee off of here. And put it over there. I think I'll just fill it in here. There's a little empty space there that we can put it on. So there's our card, and there's nothing saying, you know, yeah, there is too. Let's get the Wink of Stella on here. We're doing good on time. Gonna add a little Wink of Stella to this little flower. We could maybe add a little to our leaves in here. But there we go. So There is one of the cards from the Stamp Camp. So we have that layout. And then we have this layout. And then we have this layout. So I'm guessing we'll probably be seeing a couple, 3 of these cards next week in the giveaway. Okay, we're 440, so I think I'm going to hold off. I have a couple other cards that are done from Stamp Camp that I had extra kits. And I think I'm just going to save those until next week. So today, now I'm hoping I didn't see any little info things coming through that anybody else had left comments since I started doing this around, what the heck was it? I think I started setting up about 3. Got to grab a little drink here. Okay, so this is who I have from comments from last week. I have Karen Lynn Virginia, Jerry Julie Barb, Beth Luann Laura, Michelle Chris Leanna, and Joni. So we have all your names in here. So let's see what we're going to give away this week. We are going to give away this beautiful card because everybody seemed like they really liked it last week. So let's see again. We used Encircled with Love stamp set, Pretty Peacock ink, pressed flowers, embossing, pressed flowers, embossing folder, and then the Extraordinary Floral washi tape. We use blends to color our rhinestones and light Pretty Peacock and Berry Burst. And I just chose the light Pretty Peacock ones. So there's that. And that's our inside again. See, there's those beautiful dies again. And that's what I was able to cut out from underneath this layer. So let's give this one away. All right, here we go. It is Chris. Chris, you're going to get this card, and I have that card and stamp set here for you. So I am going to add this to your, I'm going to put Chris on here. I'm going to add this to your stamp set and your other card. Congratulations. What a beautiful card to share. Okay, then we are going to give away this one, Thinking of You. And on this one, we have the iridescent ribbon. We use the Simply Said stamp set. We have Berry Burst, Basic White, and Basic Black cardstock. We use the Label with Love punch, a 3/8 inch circle, a Memento black stamp pad, the Floral washi, and our rhinestones, we did the light berry blends. Now, these little stickers are coming with your cards so that you know what's on there. If you want to recreate, that's what you need to recreate. So here we go. We're doing the Thinking of You. Has a little flower in there. We wink a stellud. This is our stamp with the sides. And I think I did a video for somebody. Was it? Oh, I know it was our demo group that I forgot to video when we were demoing. Whoops. Caught on there. I forgot to video and I could not find that stamp set. And some of you guys are on here that we did this with. Oh my gosh, I did find it. And believe it or not, you know where I found it? Right where it was supposed to be, alphabetical order in the drawer. And I thought for sure I had left it outside, laying somewhere. Who knows? Oh, well. You guys can all be laughing with me and at me. I don't care. All right, here we go. The winner of this one is Karen Nelson. She gets that one. So let me put Karen on here. And she'll get that on Saturday probably with our next card club meeting. And then I have this card, the other birthday wishes one, and we use the iridescent ribbon, Greetings for All. Cardstock was Basic White, Basic Black, and Berry Burst. Ink was Berry Burst and Stays On. We use the Simply Said stamp set, modern oval punch and labeled with love. And then we use that washi tape again, and the 2025, 27 in color flat pearls. So there we go. That's that one. This is the stamp itself. And then we did the outline, layered it up, and best wishes on the inside with another little embellishment. That was the greetings for all. So this one, who's going to get this one? Who wants it? Let's see. And we have Virginia. Oh, that means Virginia's going to have to come back out for another trip and pick up her card. Let me put Virginia in here. Okay, that's that one. Let me fold these back up because I can see the names from where I'm at, and we don't want to be seeing names. All right, I have an extra card that I made with the cone flower. I shared this one with our demo group, although I used a little different label here on theirs. I had it up over here, but I thought I would give away this card. Sorry I missed your special day. Let's extend the celebration. Happy belated birthday. So let's see. Hopefully I won't pick anybody from the demo group, well, although maybe they want 2 of the cards. Ah, Joni. Joni's going to get this one. And for those of you, my prayer warrior sisters, and those who aren't, maybe want to do best wishes or in thoughts, or what do they call it? Good vibes. Joni is going in for surgery on Friday, so I would greatly appreciate if anybody wants to keep Joni in their prayers. She has some breast cancer and is going to be going through surgery for that. Okay, I'm going to grab a little swallow here. Okay, that would have been it for my giveaways, except that I have, when I do my Fun Fold class, when I do any class actually, I like to give my customers that come to it, or participants, something extra, whether it is another card they can draw from ones I've got from swaps, or maybe I have some extra kits I can give them and they can make some extra cards, or whatever. But this class was a Fun Fold class. And I seen this super cute shirt, origami shirt done. And I decided to do these little origami shirts. Now, I didn't have any buttons, so I just punched some little, what were they, 1/2-inch circles with a circle punch and used those for buttons. And I am just going to throw this right down here. So if anybody wants to do a little screenshot of this, let's see, Tammy Beard, that's what I thought. Tammy Beard created this from Stampin' Savvy, and I just took the pictures and then took her directions and just made the little bit of a tutorial for it. Actually, if you were to put this in, you could watch her video on how to make that. But I did see on the directions here, there was, so when you scored that paper, it said to flip it and do 3/4 of a score line on the one side. But I just kept going. I did 4, 5 1/4, 6 1/2, and then 11 1/4 instead of flipping it around. She did it on her trimmer where it went past the score line. Just put that on 3/4 of an inch, which would work too. Okay, so when we did this card, she had a little saying on the inside here. So I just did a circle punch where you could easily put your saying, happy birthday, happy Father's Day, happy graduation, whatever your reason for giving the card, happy belated birthday, whatever. In this little pocket down here, I did one of those textured note dies, and I thought this would give you room to do some writing if you wanted to add some sentiments or whatever you wanted to say in there. If not, keep this and use it for another card. But that slides in here, and what also can go in here is gift cards or cash or whatever. So I'm going to leave those in there, and whoever wins this, there's no envelope for them. It just tucks like this, and then you just pop this little guy open, and pop this little guy open, and it just stands up like that. So I have 2 of these. These are the 2, and let's see, I could tell you I ended up using the paper from Woven Textures Designer Series paper, and the everybody got to pick one of those, so I have 2 extras I'm going to give away. So let me just fold this guy back up and keep it with my directions on things, and we're going to do 2 more drawings. So here's one, and this is Leanna. Leanna is going to get one of those, so let's see. I'm going to tuck this in here for now till I can put a little sticky on there for Leanna. I will be seeing her, I think I was saying Saturday for a meeting, but we're doing Friday this week. So I'll save that for Leanna. And then our very last drawing is for Barb, my mom. And I might be seeing her tonight if we go to that ball game. She did get to pick one out from the little meeting because she came to my stamp camp on Saturday. So I may see her. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I think that's it. Don't forget about the sale. That starts tonight. If you are on here and you are a demonstrator, don't forget, as demonstrators, we get to take advantage, and they've not done this before either, but then again, they didn't have the sale. We have the opportunity to start pre-ordering the new online exclusives that will be coming out in July, and those will be going live also tonight at 1 a.m. per Stampin' Up! Demonstrator support. So don't forget, if you're a demonstrator, you could do that. If you're not up late like I am, then you'll get to see it in the morning. So there we go. You guys, thank you for joining me. Sorry about the trouble there for losing the internet for a little bit, but I think it went well. Hopefully I gave you some fun ideas on different cards and different techniques. And let's see, next week I'm not on vacation yet, so I will be doing another Make a Card Monday, next Monday at 3. I do still have some swaps to share with you, so I'll share those. And then we go on vacation the next week, so I think it's Monday the 16th of June. The next Monday would be what? The 23rd, and then we'll be back the following Monday. But I think I'm going to bring on vacation with me some kits to share with you. I do have a new kit. Let me just grab it here. It is Share a Smile kit. And let me just pop this open and see. Yeah, it's Share a Smile kit. There is 8 different cards in here, and I thought I could bring this with me and we could just make a couple cards each of those Mondays. So that might be my game plan. You never know, might change. But anyhow, have yourself a fantastic week. May God bless you guys, keep you all safe and happy and healthy, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.